This is Sound Off 60.
I want to make sure that the best team is the champion.
Yeah.
I want to play.
And that's key.
If that tournament comes up with this is the best team, I'm for that.
Southwest Louisiana's premier sports talk television show.
With me? Without me. All
That
right.
might be the dumbest argument we've ever had.
You
I
are
like the way he
most
does that.
idiotic imbecile if you thought that argument did not have merit. Look, did not.
All right,
McCarron.
So you're talking about my LSU quarterback?
Yes.
You put
With me, without me.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Here are the boys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
All right, you got your full, the full slate is here. The bench is full. I'm back.
So let me ask this, Rick.
Is it a tough question?
I noticed you're
No.
wearing a Torrey Pine
yeah.
shirt.
I'm still in that
Could that be a
California state
giveaway?
of mind.
I figured that would probably be, though, you know.
I'm glad to be back because,
we're glad
guys,
to have
we
you
have an
back, Rick.
agenda that stretches from here to that truck at Jack Daniels. There's a lot to talk about. What's the question you have for me?
You know,
Make it nice. Be nice.
Weather was nice, I guess.
No, it really wasn't.
Oh, good.
No sunshine.
Good.
But go ahead, Kevin. I'm waiting.
You know, my mom always
Snap
said.
to it. We got a lot to
my
talk
mom always
about.
said, she said, baby, you don't have anything nice to say.
There
Just
you
don't
go.
say
And your
anything at all.
mama.
Well, you need to find another job, then.
No criticizing me for every in a blue
No, we
moon
love you,
I
Rick,
decide
but,
to take a trip.
You know, you're only giving, you're on your third one now, and what, we're
There's
just
another
3
one
months
coming
into the year?
No,
so-
there's another one coming up later this month. So get ready. I'm sorry to break the news to you.
Okay,
All right,
good deal.
thanks
I may
to
go
Alice
on
Hickey
strike.
from the American
No, Alice did a
Press
great
for
job with
sitting
this.
in.
Enjoyed
All
having
right,
him,
I'm
yeah.
sure y'all covered some McNeese football and some
Yeah.
baseball with Hickey. Did he bring the hat? No hat?
No hat.
No hat.
Maybe
No
that's,
hat.
maybe
No
that-
hat.
maybe that's a good
No
thing.
hat.
Maybe that's a good
But
thing.
let me just
I
say.
told him not on my show.
Not on your show. I don't
Let me
blame
just
you.
say for the record, Rick, and I know maybe it's been, 2 weeks ago that we had given our top Final Four picks. Am I correct?
Yeah.
You know where I'm going
I
with
got to
this,
give it to you for Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I mean, I got one in. I got Florida, but Florida was the #1 seed.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, I'm not
we
taking
we
it.
can get into it, but what is going on?
You were right. You were right with the white boys, weren't you? I caught that Arizona game,
They just,
and
they are massive, Rick.
Four
They-
white guys on the
they-
floor.
They are massive. They are big. They are
And
big.
you
I mean,
know
I watched
that
them. They are
shoot,
big,
I'm drawing a
man.
blank. His name now.
they had Kaminsky.
Kaminsky, he's kind of become
Frank
this
Kaminsky.
year's star of the tournament.
Yeah.
There's somebody every year. And, you
Yeah.
know, maybe
No,
he's
he
well
is.
known in the Big Ten.
He
I'm
is.
sure he is.
I mean,
I've
can
not
play.
seen Wisconsin. You
Can
did
play.
not. You've never seen Frank Kaminsky play.
No, I haven't
Come
until
on.
lately.
No.
No, I haven't. I'm
I
telling you, I
caught the
haven't.
But
Arizona.
he
I haven't.
is.
He's a freak.
He is.
He's a freak.
He
And
had
I mean,
he had Charles
for a
Barkley
big guy.
speechless.
He did.
But
I
for-
saw that. What was Barkley's little coaching corner segment?
Yeah.
Kaminsky.
Give him the
Get
ball.
the ball.
Get him
took
the
him-
ball.
I was impressed, man. Really, I was impressed.
And
He's kind of, you know, there's a guy every year, like that last time LSU went to the Final Four, it was Big Baby.
Yeah.
Big Baby
Yeah.
became
Yeah.
the star
You're right.
of the
You're right.
tournament. It was with him, I think it was as much his personality as it was, you know.
He's good,
what
man.
he
I
did
got to
on
give it
the
to
floor.
him. He's good.
But
in
this
Wisconsin,
I
did
did,
pick
Rick,
him for the Final Four. I have no
really,
clue
I'm-
how, but not why. But
It's
he
going to
did.
be tough.
The low post moves, the step out threes, the spin moves.
Yeah. He's got it all.
Defense, he was okay, good,
Yeah.
but
But
he
I
was,
was-
the gawkiest looking guy.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just the way he
You
kind of
think-
moves. But when he gets the ball, he moves. He's got a great
He can
drop
bring it to the
step,
basket.
spin
No,
move.
really.
I mean, he
You
can
think
do
he
it.
might get a little attention?
Oh, I think so.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But I was impressed.
unbelievable.
He's going to have 3 guys draped on him.
was
All right,
impressed.
so, Kentucky, UConn, Wisconsin, and #1 Florida.
Look.
I'm with you. I got one.
I'm not
Florida.
shocked with Wisconsin, but
I'm a bit shocked.
UConn I'm shocked.
Well,
I'm shocked.
And Kentucky, well, you always knew that was lurking
but
there.
no, I
You
tell
know,
you, I
maybe
didn't.
that
I
switch
didn't.
would come on with the
I didn't. But you know
the
what?
talent.
Get on that in a minute.
Kentucky's like the type of team that make us play, and we'll play. You know what I'm saying?
I
They
ain't
didn't
seen
look
enough
like
of
that
them. We've
early.
seen more
I mean,
Kentucky
I've seen them
this
in spurts, Rick, but you would not have thought Kentucky would be going to the Final Four.
Well, when I saw them
didn't.
when LSU beat them in Baton Rouge, you know, LSU had them beaten, lost in overtime in Lexington.
yeah.
But I was at the game in Baton Rouge, and I swear I'd watched that team and said, Kentucky's not making the
No way.
tournament this
Yeah.
year.
No way.
Yeah. All right, so let's take the SEC angle. The doubters,
Hey,
come on.
Look.
I'll admit, you were a doubter too.
Well, I'm
talking
still a
about
doubt.
the league. I'm talking about the league now. Now think
Okay,
about it.
all right.
Tennessee with a
What
deep
has
run.
changed? What has changed?
What do you mean? What has changed? Tennessee with a deep run.
Tennessee
came out
Tennessee
of nowhere.
was a good. They didn't come out of nowhere.
I'm not saying they didn't come out, but come on,
Okay,
that deep.
but
of a
that
run?
was it.
What do you mean that's it? You got Florida and Kentucky.
You
It
said
doesn't
you only had
mean.
three? You said
It
you only had
doesn't
three?
mean. Well, Florida's been #1 most of the year.
Yeah,
All right.
that was a given.
Outside of Florida, though.
Kentucky
That was a
is
given right there to
Kentucky.
believe that. But
Outside of Florida, Hobbs, the SEC was down.
Yeah, but
you
you
admitted
always-
that. I agree.
Yeah.
But who was #1 in preseason?
But
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Okay, with all right, Calipari and all his
Yeah.
one and
Yeah.
done. All right.
Yeah. So I mean, you knew that was there. What I'm saying is,
They got 3 bids, did they not?
yes,
That's it.
that was it,
Yeah.
and that's all they deserved. Who else deserved to be in the tournament?
Okay, go there. But
Well,
I'm just
if-
saying.
And I agree.
I
I
understand
agree.
what you're saying. Maybe you're
Let's
saying.
just don't
but-
make too much.
But to
of it.
have
I'm just saying. It's impressive.
It is
Come on, it's
impressive.
It is
No, you gotta
impressive.
say it's
Yeah.
impressive. It
You
is.
know.
I mean, when you look at it,
It's got to be
all around the
killing
board-
the Big Ten.
And I mean, we talked about it, Rick, Forrest, the schools being able to dominate in 2 sports. I mean, when you look at the SEC, Rick, we're doing that.
I don't think they dominate in basketball.
I don't know, Scooter.
Come on,
I don't
two
They
in the
got
Final
2
Four.
in the Final
Maybe a
Four.
bad
In
choice
the
of
Final
words, but
Four,
two in
Scooter,
the
you got
Final
2
Four is-
teams in the
That's
same
impressive.
conference?
All right,
Come on,
y'all are
Scooter.
taking an
You've
easy
been a curmudgeon. You've been a
line.
curmudgeon.
But
Come on,
it's not
Scooter.
quite as cut and dry as the SEC was underrated all year.
I would not have picked
I
Kentucky.
mean, they were.
I would not have picked
I
Kentucky.
would not have
But,
picked
it's,
Kentucky.
but
many
are
people-
you shocked Kentucky's there?
Yes.
I'm not.
I am.
I mean, you
I
always
am.
knew.
Well, again, from what
Well, I
I
mean-
the little bit I saw,
Well-
I saw some very bad Kentucky games this year.
I
They
know.
just went into
Oh,
a
I
shell.
did. I did too.
Couldn't score a
But-
bucket. I mean,
But this is bad for the SEC or good for the SEC.
Yeah.
In that now all the this validates them to the point they can go ahead and go to the NBA now after that 1 year.
come on,
instead
Scooter.
of deciding.
yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
you're
Scooter.
right on there. All right,
Come
so
on
you
now.
got Kentucky against your Wisconsin
Yeah.
Badgers, and then you got Florida against UConn.
I think Florida
Could
wins
it
it
be
all.
an SEC all SEC matchup? Be thinking about
No,
it because we'll go into
no,
that.
I
a
ain't
little
will
bit.
be.
Kentucky
All
won't win it.
SEC
Kentucky
would
won't
be-
beat my guys.
I
No,
think
Kentucky won't beat
it'd
them.
be
No.
a marquee matchup.
No. But I think Kentucky
Wisconsin,
will.
though, I mean, Wisconsin, I mean, they don't have the history. They don't have the
No,
history of a
but-
Kentucky, but it would be interesting.
But I don't
wanna see
think.
Comiskey.
I think the possession type ball goes to the Wisconsin team because they can make you have to try to beat them by fouling them, and that's what I saw.
They're pretty
I mean,
fast. They got some, they got some backcourt guys
big
that can
bodies,
move.
man.
They're big.
I'm just
all
saying, it will be an all SEC final. and I'll tell you who wins.
well,
Yeah.
well,
We all surprised, Scooter?
what is his
Yeah, right.
name?
Are we all surprised?
Scott
Yeah.
Wilbekin?
Yeah, Wilbekin.
Yeah.
He is a youngster, is he not? He's a sophomore, I think, or is he a senior? I'm losing track.
Senior.
He's
He's a senior,
Woo,
is he?
he is good. He's good. All right.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know.
NCAA, overtime thrillers, bracket buster upsets.
Excruciating further
Officiating.
reviews.
Yeah.
I don't-
Oh yeah, no, I've seen some bad calls, but I'm with you on this. I'm big on replay, but
Yeah.
You can overdo it, is all I'm saying.
you can't overdo it.
Use replay as a last resort, not
gotta
as
get
a
it right.
matter of course.
You gotta get
Right.
it right though. Yeah.
Right.
You gotta get it right, and it was in some of the delays were in just went on and on.
Yeah.
And
And
like
they put
in
a
golf,
shot clock on those
like in
delays.
golf, because we all hate it when we have to sit and wait. All of a sudden it
Yeah.
goes away.
Yeah.
In basketball, it's even much more.
It just
It
takes
is.
away from the
It
flow.
does take
It
away
does.
from the
It
flow,
does.
from the game.
Basketball
It does.
is such an up and down
And
you
game,
gotta get it right, though,
You
but
don't
you gotta
just,
get it right.
You don't just shut it down
Yes.
like that.
I agree.
And they shut
I
it down.
agree.
We might get into it. And of course, the upsets. I picked North Dakota State as an
Yeah.
upset. Dayton was, and Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah.
Stephen F. Austin. was
Just
number
because
five. Number 12
you
was-
weren't here last
Yes.
week doesn't mean we got to rehash. the
No,
week
I'm just
before.
saying, if he's going to
Okay.
throw out Wisconsin,
No,
I'm
I'm
going
just saying,
to
well,
top
you know-
North Dakota State.
Okay. Okay. We'll let
I got
you do
one
that,
right. I got
Listen.
one. Did anybody win the billion?
No. Not even.
Nobody even got out
That
of the
happened
first
after
round.
the-
Not even close.
After the second
All right,
day
we're
it
up
was
against
done.
the clock. 2.5-minute break. When we come back on the other
Yeah.
side, it's football. Johnny football, to be exact. We'll talk
Yeah.
about that and more when we come back. Stay with us.
Another episode, huh?
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort.
Behold the original light beer. The inventor of great taste and less filling. The one that dared to say maybe light beer should taste like beer. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
So what are we doing at Tarver Ford this month? The lot's filling up with F-150s. I'm thinking we should do $12,000 off every one of them.
What about $13,000 off? That'll really get their attention.
That's it. $13,000 off of MSRP on every new 2013 F-150 in stock.
What about all of our new cars and SUVs?
Let's do everything. We got the largest inventory we've ever had. Let's put it all on sale. The only problem is I don't know how we're going to fit that all in one ad.
Man, I think you just did.
Come see us at Tarver Ford in Sulphur for the Everything's on Sale sale.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Soundoff 60.
This is it. The big bang of light beers. The one that started it all. 96 of the hardest working calories in the business. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels at L'Auberge Casino. Don't forget a big date coming up. It's Liquid Society. Party by the Pools are getting cranked up in May, but June 19th is the date you have to remember. The Counting Crows will be in concert at Party by the Pool.
I'm counting the
June
days.
19th. You count them quickly because you got to get your tickets. They're on sale now.
Yeah.
And something tells me
you're going
this
to take
show
care
will
of me.
be
I will.
wall to
As
wall
always,
selling.
you know that.
Okay.
Counting Crows, mark it down. Go online, get your tickets here at L'Auberge Casino.
I don't do the mosh
check out
pit.
the Counting Crows. I'm talking to you. These guys are having
No,
a
we're not.
conversation. I don't get it
No, we're not.
sometimes.
Look, you brought up a good point before we went to break. Johnny Football.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about, Johnny
Well,
Football?
his pro day. And I caught a blurb while I was in California. Big news out in California. I mean, granted, it was national.
Yeah.
So it's Johnny Manziel. Barbara and George.
Yeah, what was that about? What were they doing there?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Well, you know, the Bush.
I live in the Houston area.
Yeah, but the Bush Presidential Library is at A&M.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, there you go.
So I guess they were up there for that.
I guess.
But went by to say, have you ever been to a pro day?
I have not.
It's not a thrill a minute.
Oh, I can't imagine. No.
You know, now, I mean, to me, and it
Training
was,
camp in the
it
NFL
became,
is not a thrill a minute.
It became front page news that he wore a helmet and pads for pro day.
Yeah.
Why?
With the all black, kind of like the.
Well, look.
I don't know.
Hey, I love media overkill.
I caught a couple of little snippets, and I saw some throws. But what intrigued me, Kevin, was some really good big NFL names. Gil Brandt being one, North Turner. Okay, he's been in and out of as head coach, but these are credible guys.
And they
were blown away. Brandt rated it as the top two Gil Brandt he has ever seen all time. Pro day. That's how high and impressed they came away with the pro day.
Well, let me say this.
It was throws. It was nobody rushing him. It was just arm strength, poise, and
how can you blow it? I can see where you say, hey, look, what we're respecting. You know, we think he can play.
Yeah.
But to blow away a pro day?
And I'm with Scooter.
I can see where you could bomb a pro day.
All time he's ever seen.
But this is...
Well, what does he look for in a pro day?
But talk to the man. I'm just repeating what he said.
This is my thing, and I have to agree with Scooter to some degree. But the people that should be blown away wasn't, and that was the Texans.
What are you hearing?
How do you know?
Well, it's everywhere, guys. If y'all read and listen to what I'm listening, they say that they weren't impressed. They say that they were not impressed.
How could they not be impressed?
I'm telling you,
a good portion of it came away impressed. I don't get it.
But I'm telling you what.
Coy?
I don't know. But I mean, if you guys are watching the same sports channels I'm watching, that's what's being said.
I don't know.
That they weren't impressed.
How much stock do you put into that?
Yeah.
All right. To me, when it comes to the _1 pick, if Manziel has elevated, okay, if he is elevated, and this what's the game? Blake Bortles.
Bortles.
From Central Florida. If
now
he's elevated.
He's elevated.
If he's elevated.
Oh, he's elevated.
Then it could come down to Manziel and Bortles and Jadeveon Clowney.
But
oh, you're talking about for the first
for
pick?
_1 pick.
Oh.
If these two guys have elevated,
I don't think I'm going to say it here right now. I don't think
That
Johnny
Bortles
Manziel
just
will be the
reminds.
first. I don't think he'll be the first
You
person
said
to take
that
it.
2 weeks ago that he was the #1 pick.
Did I? No.
Yes.
Did I really?
Yes.
I said Clowney would be. I said Clowney would be.
Okay.
I could have swore I said Clowney.
All right, whatever.
No. I think you're putting words in my mouth.
But for the record,
not say that.
I'm good at that. Okay.
It's just still that, you know, the NFL is scared of a Johnny Manziel.
And Scooter's got a point, though.
Bortles is such a safe pick. I mean,
He is.
He looks like Andrew Luck clone.
Let me tell you.
Let me talk. I wouldn't. No, let Scooter make the point. Scooter is trying to make.
Because I don't want to forget this now. This is good now.
Okay. Now you made me forget what I was going to say. But the NFL, Manziel scares the NFL because, you know, he doesn't fit the mold.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you, he has the it factor.
He does.
There's something about him. And I've got to remember, the 2 games I saw him play live against LSU might have been the 2 worst games of his college career.
Yeah.
But
Both
you
losses.
were still just watching him. I mean, if you're a defense, you had to be scared to death because he's gonna do something.
I can finish.
And,
Go ahead.
Okay.
The thing.
Not really through.
Well,
he's over there.
Okay, go ahead and I'll follow you. Go ahead.
The thing that I think that Scooter's maybe trying to say.
Well, Scooter's perfectly capable of speaking for himself.
I want to say it's that when you look at NFL coaches, general managers, when they look at a Johnny Manziel, this is what they say. Great athlete. Boy, he can get it going quick. But they worry about him, Rick, 3rd and 17, when somebody's not open, will he take off and run and get hit
and get killed?
That's the factor that bothers
Durability.
them more than anything. Is that what does he do on 3rd and 17?
Here's what Kevin was trying to say.
This could be a new segment.
And it's totally unfair, but I think they look at Manziel and have Tim Tebow flashbacks, even though they're totally different type players.
I disagree. And here's, you said the it factor? Well, here are 2 names right at the top of my head that has, or had, and still does have the it factor. Robert Griffin III and Michael Vick, okay? Very similar in size and ability to move the chains with his legs.
Bit bigger than
they're a little bit bigger than Johnny. Yeah, they're a little bit bigger than Johnny.
Well, Vick is a lot thicker. I don't know how much taller he is, but he's a lot thicker.
I would say Griffin is a little bit bigger than.
A little bit, but come on. In the range of sizes, these guys are similar in that, and they have the it factor too, and their durability.
What did Manziel? They said he's the same height as Drew Brees.
Yeah,
he could very well be, but he's just
but
wide.
see, the thing is that, and that's what I'll go back to saying, guys. When you look at a Drew Brees, this guy has it together.
Russell Wilson.
He knows. Scooter, the small guys proven they can play now. Make no mistake about it. But these guys have it down to where. Is Johnny going to be that mature rather than want to try to make that play, get the crowd excited, and take off on the 3rd and 17? Right. Drew Brees is not going to do that. He's not going to do it.
Well, did you see how
he's not going to do it.
Oh, the old Eagles quarterback that's
Michael Vick.
No. Way beyond that. He's on TV all the time now.
I know you're talking about.
Donovan McNabb.
Donovan McNabb.
No.
Yeah.
White guy.
Ron Jaworski.
Ron Jaworski. You know how he ranks them?
Probably low, I think.
Manziel 1, Mettenberger 2.
Oh, you mean high?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, I thought he was anti-Manziel. No. I've heard him criticize Manziel. Okay,
but he had Mettenberger too. He had Mettenberger too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
That's
to me.
impressive.
Do you you're sitting in the Texas front office? Do you take him #1? And I
take who #1?
I'm serious.
I take Clowney.
You said Manziel because you want to sell tickets.
I don't think
you did that.
No, I may have said something to that degree, Rick. But when I'm looking at winning ball games, it's Clowney.
Because you question Mario Williams as their pick.
Well, first of all, Rick, you got to have a defense, Rick, to be able to have a successful offense.
I agree.
You can't.
I agree.
You can't have Johnny out there playing for 90 minutes. Well, and we're not stopping anybody.
He can't. Well, he's used to it. At A&M, that's what they did.
It's a different ball game. That's
good. Different ball game. He's on the bench.
My point, Rick.
There are national pundits that believe there is not a franchise quarterback in this draft. Is not. Now, what do you mean by a franchise quarterback? Andrew Luck is a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
Some guy you want at the helm for 13, 14 years.
Right.
Well, so maybe not.
Well,
there may or may not be, but none of them are smart enough to know it now.
Let me just say this. A lot of what we're talking about, guys, and we don't know it as to what's going to happen draft day, but let me say this. Johnny Manziel must go to a team that's going to fit his style of play. Yeah, if you don't want to fit his style of play, you better not take him.
You're right.
Because you're not going to change
it. You made one salient point there. You got one. All right.
Well, I think he did, Chair. I don't think he ran near as much this past season.
No, they told him to stop running.
As he did.
You're right.
They told him to stop running.
You want to get him out? Wait a minute. Now, when we come back, are you going to be speaking for him and he's speaking for you? Is that how
we can do that.
Okay.
Charlie McCarthy.
Do a little mind meld.
We can do
that.
Who was Charlie McCarthy?
You're way out of my league there. 2.5-minute break. When we come back, McNeese football and opening day of Major League Baseball, Astros and Yankees this week. When we come back, stay right here.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford, Beglis Parkway in Sulphur.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
Choosing your doctors and healthcare professionals is an important and personal decision, and one that you should feel totally comfortable with. Hello, I'm Dr. Trisa Guidry, and I'd like to welcome you to our clinic, where your health and well-being is our top priority. I'm a board-certified OBGYN and a graduate of LSU. My dedicated staff and I would like to invite you to call for a consultation and appointment. You will experience the trust, comfort, and medical treatments you deserve. We are Dr. Trisa Guidry.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels at L'Auberge Casino. Sarah is here, off from a little trip out in California. Speaking of the weather, no sun.
Really?
Chilly temperatures.
That's a shame, Rick.
Chilly temperatures, but it was still beautiful. Beautiful. Hobbs in the middle, Guidry on the far end. Thanks to Alex Hickey for filling in last week from the American Press.
Did a great job.
Newspaper. McNeese fan poll. They got a website. They're soliciting opinions on a 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock kickoff or afternoon games. Where do y'all fall? I'll give you my opinion when you wrap up.
I think it's a good idea.
Nothing wrong with input.
And an afternoon game, keep in mind, they're not moving them. They're just thinking of one a year, maybe, just kind of.
That's cool.
From what I understand, they've gotten pretty positive feedback on the 6 o'clock and it surprised me a little bit, the one afternoon game. Don't do the afternoon game in September, though.
Good point. Well, okay. Yeah. Let's repeat that. Okay. Yeah. Don't do an afternoon game
in September
before October.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to get that out because All right. Well, Bruce Hemphill. He's ratcheted up the AD's office.
Yeah, he has.
All right.
Yes.
Kevin, 7 or 6? Is it a big difference to you? I think it is. From a fan perspective, I think it'll make a difference.
Oh, well, I don't know.
No, really?
I mean, you're talking. That's what's wrong with the 6 o'clock and what's wrong with the 7 o'clock? I mean, if you look at it that way, it's not going to affect me because, I mean, it's not going to affect me as a player.
We're not asking the players. Players are on scholarship. They better show up no matter what time. If they say 3 a.m., the fans say, hold on, they better show up.
So
this is about fans.
If one's saying, let me ask this, is one or the other going to make my attendance go up?
Here's my point. I'll make this one point and we'll move on. Over the last 2 or 3 years, what they have done, is it working that well? No. So,
Okay.
sometimes you know the reason, you know the true definition of insanity.
Right.
Try it. Try it. You gotta stir the pot a little bit.
I
I've always
agree with
supported
you, Rick.
afternoon games.
I agree with you, Rick.
The LSU games I've gone to, I think I've been to more afternoon LSU games than night games, and I enjoy
they probably
them.
have more now, at least the SEC. The game's worth going to.
If it's not that, I understand, man. When it gets hot, it's bad. But I think 6 o'clock does make a difference. Okay, from a timing standpoint, people with families. So yes, I support the input. I support the fan poll. I support a 6 o'clock kickoff, and I would like to see afternoon ball games. I think you got to change. You got to change.
I agree.
I think 6 o'clock is a good
I
idea.
think
That seems to be, to me, for
a lot of Southland teams do 6 o'clock.
Yeah, and it seems to me, LSU, they say 7, but so many of them, they get that ESPN 6 o'clock.
Yep.
And that 6 o'clock just does seem perfect.
Yep. All right, McNeese spring scrimmage. They had the first one. A lot of running, 225 yards rushing. Good defense. They had a lot of yards rushing. Some defensive stars have elevated their game. So no injuries. We're not going to dwell. We're going to dissect the spring scrimmage a little bit more after the spring ends. You see a little bit more of key players putting in more snaps, and we're all watching the quarterback situation. All right.
That's a tough situation.
NFL, we know what in some critics means it's a no-fun league. Anti-dunking after touchdown, the Jimmy Graham rule.
Wait a minute. Let me just say this. How many
This
guys
is getting overboard.
How
But
many
go ahead.
guys you think are going to be able to do what Jimmy Graham does?
A lot do
every
it.
Sunday.
Oh, a lot are doing it.
But we're not talking about a big number.
No.
We're talking about a few guys. That's it. Let them do it.
I agree. I'm not arguing. It's getting overboard here.
We're not talking about a lot of guys
I
doing
kind
that.
of agree with you. I'm not one for all the showboating afterwards, but that's fairly harmless.
It is. Just,
And
Look.
the 2 times he bent it, it was because he dunked it right
and
at
he
the
hung on it
end.
for a
He
little
had
bit.
and he had the leverage.
Yeah, he hung on it.
But I like the point I brought up in column last week. Make the penalty be the kicker's got to kick through for the extra point. The kicker's got to kick through the crooked goalpost.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the quarter during the TV break, they'll fix it so the other team gets it.
Yeah. I just look.
Yeah.
It's again.
That's
I'm a
funny.
big NFL guy. They do over legislate. You got to have some spontaneity into it. It's just taking some
But at least
spontaneity
it's
out
not-
of it. And you know what? I read somewhere.
I don't.
One of the the rules committee, competition
Yeah.
committee. They're worried about injury. They're worried about okay.
Well, a lot of them. Let me say
Injury,
this.
how?
But let me. I can tell
injured
you.
wrist. An
Well,
injured
wait.
wrist.
No, not that.
Yes, I'm serious.
Well, if a guy hurts his wrist dunking on a goalpost, which is not a normal flow of the game, I don't think he can, file a grievance with the NFL.
Of course not. But they're
that
worried
you
about-
ruined my career.
No.
With unsafe goalposts that will break wrists.
They're worried about losing a Jimmy Graham type star player to an injury because he gets excited.
One of the players, I think it was during one of the games during the year, who I think it was for the Minnesota Vikings, tried to dunk and got embarrassed and pulled his hand. So
really?
If you're not going to do it, you better not do it. If you can't do it, you better not do it, first of all. So I think the embarrassment factor plays a big point.
Didn't Breeze do it once?
Huh?
Didn't Breeze do it once?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he
think I have.
didn't.
No, he didn't. He threw it through it.
He might have.
He
Yeah,
can
he
dunk.
might
threw
have.
it.
Yeah.
It's what he did.
I have heard
he
he can
didn't
dunk.
He can
Even
do it.
though he's really not 6 feet tall.
No, I just think we've got bigger things to worry about than that, Rick. Come on, let that go.
You're right about that.
Let that
Staying on the NFL front, the commissioner, Roger Goodell, seriously discussing expanding the playoffs by a team each in each conference. I don't agree with this. Again, what they have is working.
It works.
Leave
What
it
they have.
alone.
I agree with you on that, Rick. I do.
If
I don't
there
want
would
to be
be-
hypocritical. It's working.
I wouldn't
Leave it
have it. Will it add an extra week?
An extra team.
It will add an.
No, it would just be another team playing. It wouldn't be an extra week.
Yeah, it's
It would
expanding.
just be another
Take
team playing.
away a wild card, I guess.
No, I don't think so. No, I think
If you're going to have one in each league,
no.
It doesn't expand the
seed. Right now, your top two get buys.
Automatic buys.
You get your number one or whatever the best
then you
record.
have two wild cards.
It adds another game.
It just adds another game.
Another two more teams.
But it doesn't add another week. It just adds another game.
No, it doesn't. Then that would throw the Super Bowl thing schedule off there. It would throw that off. Anyway, all right. That's the latest from the
So what
NFL.
I guess he's saying is that if you've got a team that's just having a bad day, we got a chance to correct that. I mean, is that what it's coming?
Over legislation.
We're giving you another chance or what?
Again.
No.
When we come back, we'll talk baseball. We'll talk Astros and McNeese Cowboys. Hey, they're on a roll again. All right, they're winning.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that and a lot more when we come back. So stay right here. Coming back to Jack Daniels.
We are worldwide, 365 and 24/7 at soundoff60.com. Soundoff60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Back after this break.
Behold the original light beer. The inventor of great taste and less filling. The one that dared to say maybe light beer should taste like beer. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Brett Casio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Casio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
Philip, you guys have been here for 4 years. Why is Tarver Ford doing so well?
Judge, we have a great team with a great passion to win every customer that gives us a chance. Our people are enthusiastic and prepared, our inventory is busted at the seams, and we're discounting prices and giving good money for trades to make deals happen.
Well, it must be working because I see the blue Tarver Ford tags everywhere. But how do you keep customers?
We want customers for life. So at Tarver Ford, every new vehicle includes complimentary lifetime oil changes.
Let us show you how a great team serves its customers a first-class experience.
At Tarver Ford, exit 21 Sulphur.
This is it. The big bang of light beers. The one that started it all. 96 of the hardest working calories in the business. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels. I want to remind you again, Party by the Pools is getting cranked up in May. When it gets warm, the pools are getting hot. Counting Crows will be in concert. Want to let you know that. Get your tickets now. June 19th for the Counting Crows. It is going to be a great show. That's why we're telling it now.
In years past, the three of us, we've always ventured outside to do a segment. Will that be happening this year again?
We need to. I'm always willing. I'm always willing.
Yeah.
If you guys that you're prima donnas, you can't handle the heat.
No, I'm
If this
good.
guy sweats a little bit, it's like
put
bring in
some
the
shorts
fans,
on,
bring
nice
in the
little
mister.
polo, and just get out there and just talk sports, man.
Well,
let's do it.
We've had some adventures outdoors.
Well, this guy comes in and blinds us with those Hawaiian shirts and whatever
I just want to do that. That'll be a nice break.
No, we need to
I'm
do
looking
that.
forward to it.
Of course, to promote the big Party by the Pools.
Yes.
We'll make it happen just for you.
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll make it happen
That'll
just
be
for you.
great.
Let's talk a little baseball. McNeese Cowboys first. Third straight Southland Conference winning series, a weekend series. They beat Lamar over the weekend. They're like 16-10, 6-3 in the league. One game behind. They're in the hunt. It's still relatively early, but again,
but they've got off
good
to
progress.
the key. They've got off to a good start. Are they in first
A good
place?
start in conference or a good start in the
conference,
season?
In conference.
Okay,
Well, both, really.
Yeah, real.
But in conference, and every year we seem to be sitting here talking about McNeese. Well, if they just put together a 7-8 game winning streak, they'll be right there in the hunt.
Right.
Well, they're in the hunt.
They're in. But they're winning series. They're not sweeping. They win 2 out of the 3. But that's good too, though. That's good
once
too.
You get to, particularly, they won on the road. This week at Lamar.
Yeah, at Lamar.
I mean, in baseball, I'm not saying it's rare to sweep a team.
Yeah.
Florida just swept your Fighting Tigers last weekend.
Yeah.
Kind of a lost weekend. But that is what it's about, taking 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Because you're not going to always
occasional sweep.
Right.
It'll offset when you don't win one.
That's right.
But let me just.
What a difference a year makes, though.
Yeah.
What a difference a year makes.
But what we're saying too, guys, and look at it. I mean, we're talking about a first-year coach too.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now, man.
Yeah. A guy that's been around the Louisiana
but with this
baseball
program,
scene.
I mean,
You're right. You're right. Yeah. And former number one pitcher, Kingsley, is really not throwing the best. So he's doing a good job there. The Houston Astros open up with a 3-game night series against the New York Yankees. I poked around. You know me, I'm gonna poke around a little bit. I'm a poker.
Yeah.
200.
They were afraid if they didn't, Major League stepped in and let the Astros open with the Yankees, because they were afraid if they didn't, nobody would show up.
They've lost.
Come on.
Help me out. Help me out.
Am I just a conspiracist?
Well, help me out. How many games have they lost the last 2 years? Over 100? Got to be.
3
They've
years.
lost.
First team in Major League history to lose 100.
Yeah, they've lost a lot
I mean,
of
it
home
was
games.
more than 100, but they,
more than 100.
Yeah. Can they do it again? I think so.
They were giving tickets away at one time. You know that.
If you look at it from a sheer payroll standpoint, and you love the money end of things, all right? The Yankees at about $209 million their salary.
Yeah.
$44.5 million. Here's my hand chart.
Yeah,
Yankees, Astros.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, does that relate to the talent on the diamond? Of course it does.
Yeah, it does.
It has to a large
What was
degree.
the figure last year? I don't know if it applies to this year, but last year there were like 25 or 30 players in the major leagues who made more than the Astros team.
Yeah. Oh, it's got to be. Yeah. No, last year I think.
No, did you say that right though? I mean,
yeah. This year I think it's up 12 or 13 million. So last year it was like 30 million in payroll. Last year. Okay. So here's an interesting little tidbit.
I don't keep up with the Astros.
You know, you're St. Louis
What
Cardinals.
Scooter said, that's embarrassing.
Well, you're saying here it is, but here's the money end of it. Now I don't want to bog down in finances here. But the Astros are second only to the Cardinals in operating income. The Cardinals are like 65 million, meaning that's pretty much what they bring in and make.
Right.
The Astros are like 59.
Well,
So they're not paying anything. Where they're getting that money, I don't know.
Because you go over there,
Television?
Plenty of good seats
I know.
available.
I don't know. Somebody's cooking the books. I don't know.
They were giving tickets away to high schools just to get people in the
I
stands.
hear, though, the Yankees, tough ticket to get, though. I talked to some people, and it's the Yankees.
I can
It's
see
the
that.
Yankees. I don't know, guys.
Well, they kind of sold their soul to the American League. I know more big Astro fans who that was the final straw. They just don't like the American League. They're already frustrated with the team. And if they're going to be in the American League.
Yeah. One more. I wrote this down so I didn't forget it. Yankees lost $9 million last year. The Dodgers, with the highest payroll now, lost $81 million last year. It's a crazy world. It's a crazy world. Let's get back to football. I didn't know if you guys talked about this last week. Back to the NFL. Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban, smart guy, billionaire,
business guy.
But he's also
news.
one who tends to just pop off.
I know.
He
Is
does.
he right when he says, and I'm paraphrasing, the NFL better watch out because overexposure is going to come back and haunt and hurt them
I think
with expansion of games and overexposure with television coverage.
I don't
Is he
know.
right?
Well, I would.
The NFL does no
I don't
wrong.
think he's right. I don't think he's right. The NFL is pretty much untouchable. You know, I've always said the NFL is going to over-legislate itself to death. The Duncan rule, another example.
That's just too much.
I would hate for the NFL to get so greedy. And you know the reason for that. The more you spread out games, the more of them are national games, the more advertising money you make. And I understand that. But there is such a thing as for the good of the game. You don't want to start taking the high schools Friday nights.
Exactly.
The colleges Saturdays.
Right. You're right. Good point. Good point.
Even
Monday, Thursday, late in the year, Saturday.
Yeah.
Well,
Sunday.
some games.
Come on.
Well, those late, the Saturday ones, when there's no competition. So,
late in the year. Late in the year.
I mean, that's okay. But
he's a smart man, and he's not saying the NFL is on the verge of making mistakes.
No, he's
but I
talking
think there is something to be said for overexposure. I really do.
I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be overexposure.
No,
People going to watch. I mean,
where else can
comes
they
on
go?
every night.
But you're not going to play on Wednesday. You can't. I mean,
But
right
why
now
not?
Thursday. But Thursday games are pushing it now in regards to that
say,
next
I understand
week.
that, but believe me, they got computers that'll figure it out where somebody, two teams will have
a
open week the week before.
I
agree with you, but I'm saying if they want to do it, they damn well can.
Well, of course, yeah.
But Rick, I don't think, maybe because I love the game, but I don't think you can ever overexpose. I mean, Rick, you know, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, some Saturdays. I mean, Rick, Scooter said it. People are going to watch. You want to find something to look at.
That's TV.
You want to find something.
You know, you're the master. You're the master of the 90-inch screen that looks like the Jack Daniels screen. Okay, look at some of the stadiums this coming season. Look at the empty seats, gentlemen. Look at the empty seats.
But if you start playing,
and we're talking pretty good teams with empty seats. That's it.
But you know what you do?
Segment over. You already made your point. What?
I don't think it'll get overexposed to the point.
I don't either.
Like right now, if a team plays on Monday night, it's an event for the city.
Of course it is. Oh, it is. It's a Monday night game.
To maybe a lesser degree, but also the Thursday night games. You know,
it's not as big as a Monday night, though.
It's different. But if you start playing every day of the week, then you've lost that too.
No. We have found some accord.
I don't
when
think
we come back, I want to get into this. I want to get into it by some asinine statement you said before we started the show. Northwestern football, National Labor Relations Board, unions have come to college football to a certain degree. We're going to tackle that issue, no pun intended, in about 2 minutes. Stay right here.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort, home of Sound Off 60, and Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
So what are we doing at Tarver Ford this month?
The lot's filling up with F-150s. I'm thinking we should do $12,000 off every one of them.
What about $13,000 off? That'll really get their attention.
That's it. $13,000 off of MSRP on every new 2013 F-150 in stock.
What about all of our new cars and SUVs?
Let's do everything. We got the largest inventory we've ever had. Let's put it all on sale. The only problem is I don't know how we're going to fit that all in one ad.
Man, I think you just did.
Come see us at Tarver Ford in Sulphur for the Everything's on Sale sale.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels. That's where we are here at LaBerge Casino. Again, thanks to Alex Hickey from the American Press for filling in for me
how many times are you going to thank him?
Yeah, I know. It's been at least 2 or 3.
Really?
I mean he's a nice enough guy.
Wait, what are you saying? No, this is what he said. No, Scooter, this is what he said.
I think we did him a favor letting him on our show.
Wait, Scooter.
Okay, I take it back.
You have to,
I'm not thanking him anymore.
Between the lines of what Mr. Serro's doing. He knows he's going to be leaving.
Oh, he is a smart man.
So what he's doing to Alex is like, hey, Rick said I did it good. I'll go back and do it again.
Let me throw the date
Smart
out.
man. Smart man, Rick.
April 21st. I will not be here again. So you guys are going to have to hold down the fort.
No, man. Come on now, Ricky. Come on.
So anyway, y'all have fun in a couple of weeks because I won't be here. All right. The National Labor Relations Board, a representative of this very influential federal agency, I think his name is Bill Orr, made a surprising and controversial ruling last week, stating that in his ruling, stating that Northwestern football, a private university out in the Chicagoland area,
only applies the ruling only applied to private.
Only to private. Only to private. I knew you were going to throw that in.
You know where that's going to go.
But in paraphrase, this gentleman says that all the hours that these football guys are putting in during the offseason and during the season, they qualify as full-time employees of Northwestern. They are athletes before students, and they can unionize. This is a major decision in college football, and you're wrong when you said earlier, before we went on the air, stating that it's a blip on the radar and it means nothing.
I think in the end, it is much ado about nothing.
That
I
was
hope
the phrase
it is.
you used.
I hope.
What do you mean
I
in
hope
the
it
end?
is.
In the end of what? Give me a
Well,
time
this is
frame.
one ruling.
Yes.
The NCAA, they got about 1 million lawyers.
Yeah.
They're going to appeal this thing and get more rulings and more opinions. I mean, they will tie this thing. I mean, it worst, you're talking, 7, 8, 9 years before anything happens.
Throw your opinion quickly, because it's a former player standpoint.
I've said it years back, guys. It's going to come to it to where college athletes will have to get paid.
Yes.
I mean, you're looking at a kid that's going to play his senior year for a university that's going to earn millions of dollars in a bowl game, and this kid leaves. Don't you start on education?
No, I'm not talking about that. Go ahead.
Okay. You leave from a bowl game with a watch, a warm-up, a ring, cap.
Memories.
Okay,
that's all fine and good.
Okay, this kid is going to leave in 3 months and go play for a professional football team making millions.
How many of them are? Wait a minute, Kevin. How many of them are going to play?
Yeah. Small percentage.
Well, look at the ones that play. Out of 22 kids, both on offense and defense, I'm going to say half will probably go play. Half.
Are you out of your mind?
Listen. Listen, wait. Listen what I'm saying. No, Scooter, don't calm down.
Half the players in college go to the NFL?
No, that's not what I meant to say.
Well, I didn't think so.
When you look at players,
what
both
Kevin was trying to say.
This is what I'm trying to say. If you look at any team on offense and defense, 22 kids total, I'm going to say 10 of them or 11 of them will get a chance to go play professional football.
Not even at LSU is that true. In Alabama, the upper echelon.
I don't know.
Most colleges are lucky if they have one.
I'm talking about get the chance to go and play. Not get drafted, get the chance to go play.
The argument.
So what has that got to do with anything?
No, the argument that you should be making is the majority don't have a chance to go to the NFL.
Well, Rick,
they should be subsidized
Rick,
for the blood, sweat, and tears that they put into it.
But the point of the matter is, how can you tell a kid that you can't pay him when he's making millions of dollars for the university?
I agree.
While he's there.
Here's the point.
Okay, you're talking about a football player who is. Maybe in the BCS schools, the BCS conference schools.
Yes.
To a degree, that may be true. Okay. What happens, say, with Title IX?
I know where you're going.
When Title IX says, well, we get to get paid, if the school can say, well, y'all aren't making us any money.
No.
The football team is making us money.
I know what you're saying.
No.
How does that jive with Title IX law?
It doesn't jive.
But I think, and you're right, Scooter, but I think that would reflect the schools and the universities that we're talking about, that kids would get paid for this.
No, it doesn't jive. This is the end result, in my humble opinion. This is a story of the haves and have-nots.
Yes, it is.
This is a story of the programs and team or sports that produce the revenue versus the ones that do not.
And
fair
Rick,
or
I agree.
unfair? Fair or unfair?
I agree,
It's
Rick.
going to come down to that. It's the have and have-nots.
I agree, Rick.
The McNeeses of the world and the
Exactly.
UL Monroes,
Exactly.
they're not
They
a
don't
part
have
of
it.
this.
They don't have
Lawsuit be damned. But here's my point. This decision is a kink in the armor. That's why I think it's important. It only applies to, the legal experts say, private universities now. But private universities do play in conferences with public universities. Yes, they do. Northwestern football generated about $30 million.
So you can't say private universities. I mean,
but again, it's Northwestern. They can unionize. I think it's a kink in the NCAA armor, and it's like this. It's just like a little
So what
hammer.
are they going to do?
Kink.
It's
It's a way to force a settlement.
Okay.
It's a way to get the NCAA
how's it
to
a
the
way to
table.
force a
It's a way to
settlement?
get the NCAA to the table because of more litigation. You say they got a lot of lawyers? Yes,
Well,
they do. But the court
let's
of public opinion.
Let's assume it all gets through. Okay. All right, you've still got to be the union. Northwestern would still have to recognize the union, right?
Yes, and they're
Do they
appealing.
have to?
If the national
what are the
labor
players going to
appeal.
demand? What are the players going to demand?
They're going to demand pay for their time served.
What if Northwestern says no?
Then they'll be sanctioned by the federal government. You're talking about the national.
Well,
I'm not a lawyer.
No, don't.
I'm not a lawyer.
Look,
We're talking about and I don't want to get political, but this is the Obama administration.
Wait a minute, wait a
Very
minute.
active national
What
relations.
if they say no?
Who? Northwestern?
Northwestern.
You're going to what? You're going to go against the federal government? I don't care if you're private
The government is not saying they have a right to get paid to play football. They would be saying you have a right to unionize.
Then again,
just
I'm not a labor lawyer.
Just because you.
But if you.
Just because
then
you
the
have
players
a union,
go to the table and demand.
Exactly.
Just like the United
How
States.
do they demand it?
What
are they going to do if they?
They have
demands
attorneys.
aren't
They have
met?
attorneys that speak for them and say,
You
look,
say they're
the
going to go
players
on strike?
Could very well be.
Fine. They'll go find some more players.
Oh, you think Northwestern's going to replace a whole football
Scooter,
team?
I don't think that's going to go down that road.
And $30 million?
I don't think that's going to go down that road, Scooter. I don't. No.
How many of them you think would actually go on strike?
Look,
don't be
On a
shocked.
team.
Don't be shocked.
right.
Don't be shocked.
I'm just.
It is an important.
No,
kink
I
in
agree,
the
Rick.
armor.
I agree.
And
Rick, I've said it for years, Rick. I mean, how can you justify a
10
player?
10 years from now, you'll remember
I
this.
said it. I said it 10 years ago.
This is a story that's going to force the NCAA.
I think it's got some relevancy in it. I do.
I do. Might end up
Mark
playing,
my words.
but it won't
Mark
be
my
because
words.
of this.
This, along with other things. I'm talking about the Ed O'Banion lawsuit that's worth billions.
Now, the Ed O'Banion lawsuit
antitrust
would be much
suits.
more trouble.
I agree, because it's worth
this.
billions of dollars in rights fees.
I'm not giving up on it.
All right. They should pay them. They should.
I'm totally with you, Rick. I'm not giving
NCAA
up on it.
tournament. The NCAA tournament. Think about this. All the hours of programming for CBS and TBS and True TV and all that advertising and all that money on the backs of those players. Come on. Get real. You're living in a different generation, Hobbs. It's a new generation and a new time.
I understand that, but I just...
Things have changed. Things have changed. Is that it? We're going to our last
Now,
one?
let me ask this. If
What?
it happens, can I go back and file some kind of lawsuit?
You're always looking to get into the pockets, right? All right, we're up against the clock. We'll be back to wrap it up right here at Jack Daniels. Stay right here.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort.
Behold the original light beer. The inventor of great taste and less filling. The one that dared to say maybe light beer should taste like beer. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
Philip, you guys have been here for 4 years. Why is Tarver Ford doing so well?
Judge, we have a great team with a great passion to win every customer that gives us a chance. Our people are enthusiastic and prepared, our inventory is busted at the seams, and we're discounting prices and giving good money for trades to make deals happen.
Well, it must be working because I see the blue Tarver Ford tags everywhere. But how do you keep customers?
We want customers for life. So at Tarver Ford, every new vehicle includes complimentary lifetime oil changes.
Let us show you how a great team serves its customers a first-class experience.
At Tarver Ford, exit 21 Sulphur.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Casio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Casio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
This is it. The big bang of light beers. The one that started it all. 96 of the hardest working calories in the business. And for a limited time, Miller Lite is back in the original light can.
All right, here we are back at Jack Daniels. Time to attempt to stump the wise guys.
Yes.
Did y'all do Stump the Wise Guys last week or what?
No, we didn't.
What'd y'all do?
Oh, you know what we did?
What? Help me.
Yeah, we each gave our own trivia question.
Each of the three of us thought of our own trivia question for the other two. I thought that was pretty good.
Interesting.
Yeah, mine
the
was
answer
probably.
to Kevin's was
Kevin Gidry
Kevin
problem.
Gidry.
Oh, my Lord. How did I know that? Oh, my, great preparation work there, Guidry.
He was
Come on now.
He got about 3 words out of his
Come
mouth.
on.
I said,
And you knew.
Again, I'm going for 1 week, and it just unbelievable.
Lord, it was
Brittany
fun.
and Krista, all right, real
Good to have you guys.
Wise guys.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do. The bell is working.
See what we can
Guidry
do.
is
Let's
ready.
go. We're all ready.
Who is the NCAA's all-time leading scorer, and how many national titles did he win?
that's Pete Maravich. He won none.
He won none.
None.
Right?
And he did it in 3 years.
How many?
Pete Maravich. Great
36
job. Great job.
100
Yes,
or something
I don't.
like that.
He averaged 40-something games.
Yeah, that's great.
And that was without
The three-point shot. About to ask
Yeah,
you.
they didn't have it then.
What? Maravich, what? Late 60s, early 70s. What was it?
Was 70 his last year or 69 his last year?
Okay, so late 60s.
He predated me.
Okay. That is unbelievable. Have you ever seen him play? Did you ever see him play?
No, I've never seen
You
it.
know, it's funny what we're talking about. All the, I mean, I was just starting high school when he played.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
We're getting back to
the younger
That one
sports
was too
writers.
easy.
Yeah.
What was Maravich like? What's Maravich? I don't know. It's before my time. They say,
Yeah.
you must have seen him on TV. So they don't say, no, ESPN
No.
wasn't around. There
Yeah.
wasn't basketball on there.
Yeah.
No.
It was
And that would have been
I
a treat,
remember-
man.
I bet Maravich did not play more than a half dozen televised games his whole college
Really, his whole career?
Unbelievable talent. Growing up in South Louisiana, it was a
Yeah.
football culture. I
Yeah.
remember going to LSU in Saints games, but not to LSU basketball.
Really?
games. But out in the garage, we were all Pistol Pete.
We were always Pistol
We all
Pete,
knew of
man.
him,
You
but
knew
we just
that.
didn't see him.
You're
All right,
right.
we got it.
Sorry,
We're
getting
okay.
back to you ladies.
Sorry for the
All
delay.
right. What current player from this season is among the NCAA's all-time top 5 scoring leaders all time?
Oh, that's easy.
What's his?
The Creighton kid.
Yeah.
The Creighton kid.
Yeah.
McDermott, I can't remember his first name all of a sudden. I'm drawing a blank. Larry.
I know who you're talking about, Rick, but I
Harold.
can't think.
Doug.
Doug McDermott.
Doug.
Doug McDermott.
Doug
Yeah, this
McDermott.
guy really kind of out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, he's probably got like 3,000 points.
Doug's the
Another
man.
white guy.
That's my guy.
Yeah,
That's
another
my
white
guy.
But then
I
who
told
did
you
they
that.
lose
That's
to?
my
Didn't they
guy.
not lose to like Dayton? They lost to like Dayton or
I don't
something
know.
like by 40 points or something.
I think I just started watching them like 2 weeks ago, Rick.
They lost a heartbreaker right at the end, if I remember.
Oh no, they got slaughtered by somebody. Check the bracket. Krista,
All right.
you're up. Who we got?
These are too easy.
It gets tougher.
So far.
Who is the all-time leading scorer in the NCAA tournament?
Christian Layden.
That's an inside
Well, how did we
joke.
get that one, man? Golly.
That's an inside joke.
Great job, Scooter. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
How many
Bernhardt
points?
Jr.
How many points did it say? How many points Leitner scored?
407.
Probably because they were
407.
always deep into the tournament. He had a lot of opportunities.
407.
Yeah.
I mean, they fed it to him. I mean,
he
he.
might have been a 4-year player.
Oh, he had to be. He
Yeah,
had
they
to be.
fed him
Great
to him.
talent.
I mean, he
89 to 92.
No, I'm saying I don't think he left early.
Oh no, I don't think so. No, I don't think he. All right, we're not getting.
Is this the
stumped
bonus question?
Yes, it is.
Here we go.
Of the four Final Four teams to set play this weekend, which school has never qualified for a Final Four, nor has ever won an NCAA basketball?
Oh, my guys.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
I knew their current coach hadn't. I didn't know
My
they
guys. Yeah, that's my guys. Yeah.
I would think so.
And
Wisconsin.
obviously UConn, Florida, and I believe
No, I
Kentucky's
think
been
they
in a
have.
few.
I think they have. Krista,
Yeah.
Brittany, we appreciate
Thanks,
it, ladies.
ladies.
Thank
That
you
might
for
have
putting
been
up.
the easiest trivia
Yeah.
question
Yeah,
we
that
have
may
ever
have.
had.
Thank
Thank you, girls.
Putting up with our shenanigans, to say the least.
That was funny.
That's interesting. So you thought of a trivia question and you posed it to the other two guys.
Yeah.
But how do you know that it was right? It was a trust game.
It was a trust factor. I mean, yeah, you knew it was right.
Yeah.
You know
Now
what-
Hickey's kind of off there. What did he come up with?
I forget.
Hickey's kind of out
Something,
there.
I think, dealing with the Southern Conference.
Really?
Scooter? I think he said something dealing with the Southern Conference.
No, I think the answer was Alex Hickey, though.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Do they not play LSU to start the season next year in football in Houston?
Do they?
They
Yeah.
kick off
Yeah.
the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now.
So
it's
are
at-
you going to root for them then?
Yeah, but it's at Reliant. It's not in.
Oh, no, it's in
gonna be at
Houston.
Reliant.
Yeah. At
Where
Reliant
else
Stadium.
would it be?
No, I'm thinking
Yeah.
that mostly we go to Dallas, so people kind of, when you
Yeah.
say Texas,
Yeah.
you know, It's not Dallas. It's
interesting. So be thinking about that, Tiger fans.
You get me?
LSU and Wisconsin.
What you're trying to say is they're not playing.
Oh, there you go. Trying to put words in the mouth. All right, got our waning seconds
That's
here.
going to be the new segment
Here we
have, okay?
are. We have the Final Four.
Yeah.
Kentucky, Wisconsin, Florida, UConn. Did I get my matchups right?
Yeah.
Who's going to win and why? You said you already know.
Florida.
Gators all the way?
Florida, Wisconsin. That's my pick, right?
Florida,
there.
Wisconsin.
They're going to beat Kentucky. They're going to beat
What,
Kentucky.
though,
They're going to beat Kentucky.
Assuming it ends up an all-SEC final, that'd be the 4th time they've played this year, and Florida has won all 3 of them. It's tough to beat a team.
Is it tough?
4 times.
4 times?
I'll give you another one.
That's a good point, though, Scooter.
UConn is the last team that beat Florida way back in December.
Wow.
They were in a 1-point game.
Of this year, obviously.
Really?
Yeah.
They
got 2
Florida
losses.
has won 30-something straight
Wow, they're
games.
37-2 or something like that. I'm with
wouldn't
you.
that be a good matchup?
I'm with you. I think it is Wisconsin. I think it is Wisconsin. This Comiskey guy, if he stays hot, he's a freakish talent.
I think he will.
I think it's going to be Wisconsin and Florida. You can't stop the Gators.
They
are good.
The Gators are good,
When
man.
guys suddenly like jump into the
they stay hot.
National
They stay hot.
consciousness, no, they blow through those first 2 weekends, and then they hit the wall at the Final Four.
I don't say that.
He's putting Gregory on Comiskey.
No, don't say that.
Putting
Scooter. Don't say
Gregory
that
on
my guy, man.
Happened to
Billy,
Big Baby.
I know. Don't
If
say
the
that.
Gators win this coming weekend, and we'll have it, of course, the championship game will be next Monday night. Billy Donovan, 3 national titles. He is not talked about enough.
You said that
and
before.
I know he's at a football
I agree
school.
with you. Yeah, you said that
This
before.
guy,
It is a football
he
school.
could very well be NBA bound. He could very well be NBA bound for
probably
some
right
major
about that
money.
too, Rick.
For some major money.
He's
But
put some pro.
Come on, he's won 2. How many titles has Calipari won? How many has he won? 2? 1?
2, I think.
2?
2. I have to agree with you,
Patino,
Rick.
2?
I have to agree with you.
Right?
Patino, 2 or 3, yeah.
Louisville and Kentucky.
They didn't win 2 at Kentucky?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
That's
Billy
impressive,
Donovan.
Rick. It is. It's
Billy
impressive,
Donovan.
man.
That's going to wrap it
It's
up.
impressive.
Great show, guys. We'll do it all again next week.
Good to have
Final
you back,
Four
buddy.
this coming weekend. Enjoy the games. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 60 Monday through Sunday nights, 9 p.m. and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Sound Off 60 also airs throughout the week on Communicom Cable Channel 6 at 9 p.m. across Southwest Louisiana. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the boys and access our website links at soundoff60.com.